welcome to Pop Your Shit, ma'am.
Hi, thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. How are you?
Fine. So, if y'all have not read Losing Control, I thought I had the book, but then I remembered I gifted it to someone. But I do have these two books,
Yeah.
Lucid Dreams and Finally Famous.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what kind of narcotics are you putting in these books? Because, ma'am,
I don't know, just a little bit of life, a little laughs.
child, okay, so let's if you, okay, hold on. Let me slow down, bring it back, bring it down. If y'all don't know this lady next to me, she wrote Losing Control. She wrote Finally Famous. She wrote Lucid Dreams and a host of other books. This is Lady Nesha. I'm so happy that you are on Pop Your Shit. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so let's jump right in. Ma'am, losing control. What the hell? What the hell? Why would you do Marley like that? Why she gotta be little booty?
You see, because everybody want blessed with a big one, okay? Somebody got to take one for the team, and it just happened to be her.
The emotions that you took us through in that book, is that a goal to bring out emotions?
Yeah, I think that's part of a good book. You're supposed to ride the roller coaster. It's supposed to bring you up, give you the dips and make you feel good, make you cry a little bit, make you laugh. It's supposed to give you the feels like you're watching a movie.
So I've said before on this podcast, I feel like Losing Control is one of the great American novels. It has reached that
Oh,
peak. What do you feel the great American novel is? And do you compare yourself to having this one in your catalog?
um, I guess it would be a couple that's all the way up there for me, but I try not to compare myself to them. Like for instance, Fly Girl would ever, forever be like one of the best books I've ever read. Because I read that was like one of the first books I read, and Thugs and the Women Who Love Them, like yeah, those were like classics to me. But I'm so grateful
But
that
let me tell you why. Because society's definition of the great American novel and our definition of the great American novel is utterly, it's just different.
yes.
So, what's your definition of the great American novel?
Um, well, because I really don't step outside of African American books. So for me, it would be a book that gave me all the feels, a book that had me laughing one minute, crying the next, a book that had me blushing and, kicking my feet up at the characters. That would be, something I want to see on the big screen one day, something like that.
Okay, so do you feel like you're reaching that pinnacle of writing the great American novel in your opinion?
I do, because that's the goal, right? I do. I want to be on Times Square and I want to, click on Netflix and you see me on Netflix or something like that. I want to be in the theater and yeah. So I think I'm well on my way.
Okay, can you take me through why Marley went back to that fool when he then clearly then moved on, he done faked his unalivement. What was you thinking?
uh I think Marley needed closure and she needed to be able to move on. I don't think she would have ever fully moved on, because that was her greatest love. He was her everything. Benny was her everything. And when she lost him, she lost like a big piece of herself and she lost her baby. So she was happy with Caesar. She was really happy with him, but I feel like she could have been happier if she know Benny wasn't shit.
So to me, it's the ultimate love story that he came back and got her.
Yeah.
But the way he came back and got her had me hollering.
Yeah, he ain't come back the way we would want somebody to come back.
But he came back for her.
He did. He came back.
Is that love or is that she needs saving?
Uh like Benny coming back for her. I think Benny coming back for her was maybe a little jealousy. He didn't think Marley was gonna pop off the way she did and come out of her shell. And Marley, she glowed up and she had a major glow up, and he saw that. So I think that was part of his reason for coming back because he had his own situation.
And I mean, what? Yeah, Benny wore me out. I'm just gonna tell you, he wore me the hell out. So finally famous. That was, oh, I can't remember his name, but I read it last
Rollo
year.
and Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to speak to anything finally famous?
Yeah.
What was what? Oh no, okay. Better yet, what was the hardest book to write? Who was your favorite characters?
Um, the hardest book to write was probably Losing Control.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was going through a lot when I wrote that book.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite character out of all the books, it would probably be like characters from the Bambi series.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they were funny. I missed them a lot. All of them. Chick was hilarious. Yeah, I would say them.
Is it your goal to add humor all the time?
Um, I think I'm a naturally silly person, so it just comes out a lot in my writing. Yeah, it's I don't try to add it, but it kind of just comes out like me having a conversation with somebody and say something crazy.
Mm-hmm. 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 Um, book boyfriend out of your catalog. Who's your book boyfriend? Who's your book husband? Book husband, book boyfriend, and who you sliding with?
Okay. Uh, Theory would be a good husband. He is from We've Could Have Been. Book boyfriend. I don't know if you read Fraud, but it was a character named Noor in Fraud. He would be a good boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And sliding with Knight and Caesar and Rollo.
Listen,
I'm just
listen.
round them up.
Just write them up. Just put them all together. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just
That
gonna
is
round them up.
hilarious. That is hilarious. Um, which character do you identify best with?
Mm, as far as I think I give like, or
Or
especially
who
like,
represents you, your personality the best? Who is voiced like you?
hmm, none of them are like me. They not. I think I spread a little bit out. It's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit in each one, but no, fully no, no, because they are, because they're like outgoing. And who? Let me see. Maybe a mixture between Hunter, Bambi, and Marley. It's like a little mixture. Yeah.
Okay, okay. When you first saw your name on the cover of your first book, how did that make you feel?
It was unreal because I wrote Envy Me during the pandemic, and
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe I actually sat down and did it. Like, oh shit, I just really wrote a book. It was a great feeling. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
What are the three things that you must have when writing?
Um, I need to have some kind of white noise. Um, so most likely it's probably the TV. The TV has to be on. I can write some music sometimes, but that's not my go-to. I need some water or coffee. Um, if I like sip some wine or something when I'm writing, I read it the next day like, what the heck was that? So I so I'll just stick to water and coffee. Um, and probably a snack. Yeah.
Are you ever surprised by what you write?
Yes. A lot of times because I'll go back and read something like, oh shit, I wrote that. Yes. So a lot of times I am.
But is it is it because you are so immersed in the characters, it just comes out? Are the characters talking to you, or are you just like, okay, super focused, this is what needs to be said?
Probably because the characters are talking. Like if they're talking, I can stay in my zone for quite some time. When I'm not overthinking it and it's not forced, it's like literally like watching a movie, right? I just feel like I'm just I'm watching them and they talking and I'm in their world. So when I'm in their world, I can go for some time. But if I start thinking about it too much, or if I want to go back and reread it, then I'll fall out of it.
Do you ever disagree with what the character is saying?
Um, I think it's more so they disagree what I'm saying because I've tried to kill a character and I'm like, oh shit, I can't do that. Like I have tried to kill multiple characters and it never works out. I'm like, all right, my bad. You don't want to die. Yeah.
You gotta say unalive. Can't say that because
Oh, I'm
they
sorry.
you know that.
Unalive. Unalive. My bad.
Unalive. Unalive. I'm sorry. Um, how do you deal with getting your book covers? Are they the most important thing in the book for you? Is it secondary? How does the book cover rank for you? Because your book covers are fire.
It's high up there. A lot of times I'll have the book cover before I have a story.
Hmm.
Um, and I'll kind of just keep it tucked in the back pocket. But then there are times the cover is the last thing I'll get. I have to write the story and see how it comes out to figure out what kind of cover I need. So I would say it's important. It's up there.
Okay. Um, what do you love most about being an author, and what do you hate about it?
Um, let's see. I would say I love talking to readers. I love seeing what they think. Like a lot of times readers point stuff out and I'm like, oh, I never thought about it like that. Like they go they deep dive into a book.
Hmm.
So I like them picking my brain, me picking their brain to see how I came up with this or how they came up with that opinion. Um, what I hate, not necessarily hate, but when things are overanalyzed. I think sometimes instead of reading the book, people maybe try to find issues with the book instead of enjoying it. And yeah, because I'm a reader. Well, I used to love to read a lot, and I never did that. Like pick a book apart. Like I don't know.
The
So
story is just a story.
yeah, story is just a story. I love being in a world, and if I didn't like the book, it would just be that I didn't have to go overboard about it.
Do you think that I don't know how to describe those type of readers when they pick apart everything, because it boggles my mind. Let the story be the story.
Yeah.
They feel like the ending should have been different. My thing is that if the ending should be different, maybe you should write your own book.
Yes.
Do
Yes.
you feel that when do you feel that your writing has grown with each book that you've written? Do you feel like, okay, I mean, take this piece of criticism, or let me take that piece of advice and create the masterpiece that you're doing? Is that how you grow stronger as an author?
Um. Hmm. Well, I do feel like my writing has grown. I think I'm turning into like a slow burn. Like I love to flesh the story out completely, but still keep it like entertaining, which takes me a little longer than like when I first started.
Mhm.
Um, and I guess you can say I do. I want to say I like I take the criticism. I can take it, but I don't. I don't always apply it. Yeah, I pick and choose.
Is it? Do you feel like when people rate, do you feel like it's opinion versus criticism, or do you feel like it's
I think it's a mixture. I think, yeah, I think it's a mixture. Especially when you start saying, "Oh, the ending should have been like this," or yeah. I
But do
think.
you feel like that's rating worthy?
Um, I mean, yeah, because you can't. I can't tell people how to rate or what their rating
I
system
mean, but
should
you
be.
know what I mean? Because to me, if you're rating me, you're rating if the story flowed. If you, I mean, if you
Yeah,
didn't enjoy it, you didn't enjoy it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But is it because it didn't flow properly, or are you rating it because you just didn't agree with how I wrote it,
Right. So
the characters and what they were going through?
yeah, I think a lot of times that is the rating that people get. Like, oh, I didn't like it because this character did this, this, and this, versus this focusing on, oh, did you enjoy the story? Did you feel things in the story? Because if an author can make you feel things, if we can make you hate a character, that probably was, a decent book. If we can make you laugh and make you cry, oh, you were submerged in that world.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. I think you have that down packed
Yeah.
because when I tell you, I was throwing my I was ready to throw the Kindle. I was like, "Ma'am, Marty, why are you doing this? Wait, hold on. You doing what?" And then he have a whole chick, and then
Yeah,
he have a baby,
he did. Yeah, he had all of that. But she didn't know at the time, but he definitely did.
and then he didn't want to let her leave, sir.
Yeah, he was on one.
Oh, I wanted Benny to be unalive so badly. I
Yeah.
wanted him to be up under somebody's jail cell. I needed him. I needed him to be. He needed to be in jail.
He did. He did.
And then in jail, I needed him to have the worst gruesome experience in jail ever. That's what I needed from him. I
Yeah.
needed him to remember.
Yeah.
Um, what I have a two-part question. What are the ingredients to a good character, and what are the ingredients to a good plot?
Um okay.
What are your ingredients? Not what everybody
My
says.
ingredients.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you want them to be memorable. Some humor. We need BDE all day. Um, occupation plays a good role. Um, as far as the plot, drama, some love, a lot of spice. Yeah. Some roller coaster rides. Some a lot of feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you ever, when you're writing, do you be like, "Oh, this gonna get them. This gonna piss them off, or this is gonna make them so happy, or this is gonna have them in the bedroom." What do you
I
ever?
do.
I'm
It's
like, "Oh, that'll do it."
It is because after I write something like that, my mom is like my test reader. So when I write something really good, like I'll finish up the chapter and then I'll send her the chapter and I'll wait and sit by the phone and she'll be calling me like, "All right, so what just happened? What's next?" I'm like, "Oh, I ain't ready yet." Then why did you send it to me? So when I can get her riled up, I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that's the one."
I love it. I love it. I love it. Um, is it hard to humanize a character?
I don't think so. No. Um, Probably because I don't try. I haven't wrote like I feel like my characters are realistic. So it's easy to humanize them. Yeah.
Are they based on other individuals that are possibly living in realistic people?
Not necessarily. I was just saying it's a blend of things. Like for instance, I've been really, really liking to write about like rappers. And that comes from me going to concerts, right? Like over the summer, last summer in the fall, I went to a lot of concerts and I was just sitting there and I'll be listening to music, but most I'll be focused on like the person that's on the stage, and I'll get inspired by that, and then I'll look around at the people getting excited. So I think it's like a mixture of it, um, from things that I see and I hear and people I see.
Has the title of author, Lady Nesha, hit you yet?
Um, only only when people in my, I guess, real life said. Like, I have a coworker who just somehow Googled me and figured out that I write books, and I'm like, oh shoot. So that was a thing, and now she's like, oh my god, I can't believe you write books. I sit next to an author. Like, yeah, yeah, I write books. I'm an author.
I love it. When you create the characters
Mhm.
and you're giving them a name, is that like a ritual or just oh, I'm just gonna pick this name today? So you guys are so blasé. Most authors are so blasé about the names, but they're so memorable for us. Do you be like, okay, his name got to be this because I need people to remember?
No, when I hear names, especially if it's a good name, I have a notepad like in my phone, so I jot down names all day. And then like with losing control, the brother's name like Julius Caesar's and Romeo and Casanova. Um, I just found names that were good to go with Caesar, and those were good names for Caesar. So I just, and then they kind of just took their names kind of made their personalities almost, which was kind of cool.
Okay, so let's talk about genres and tropes. What trope won't you ever write, and what genre do you want to get in?
Um, which trope one? I want to write about. I like to read age gap, like not too big of an age gap, but I don't think that I could. Well, my main yeah, I may be age gap, like especially the crazy age gaps, like
Mhm.
the 15 and 20 years. I'm like, I don't think I could write that, but I don't mind reading it if that makes sense. Um, genre. Hmm. I would like to do more like erotica. I really like those, especially the short, cute ones. Just straight to the point.
Are we gonna get one?
um, I have one, Santa's Little Pleasers, but my thing is I be trying to go overboard. It don't always work out. So I'm like, But I really like the cute little erotica novels. And novellas. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna try.
What is their stance on trigger warnings? Do
Uh
you feel like they belong in a book, or do you feel like you know who I am? You know this is urban fiction, so anything goes. What's your stance on trigger warnings?
so I don't write trigger warnings, and I don't think I've ever put anything so bad in the book that it needed a trigger warning. But then I hear maybe I should put trigger warnings, but I necessarily don't like trigger warnings. I feel like it's gonna take away almost like you're gonna be expecting something to happen, but no, I want you to be like, oh shoot, that just happened.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right. I think the only time that I would need a trigger warning as is if there's something to do with children,
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. If it's so daunting, but everyday life, I don't pretty much read the trigger. Only reason why I read some trigger warnings, like I read E. Bowser's trigger warnings.
Okay.
Those needed to be in there because I needed those definitions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So yes, I felt like those trigger warnings needed to be there. But other than that, I'd be skipping all over. Girl, go in there, just
Yeah.
jumping right on in. I don't know what nothing about, just reading.
Yeah. I don't read trigger warnings. I rarely read synopsis because, yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't read synopsis unless it's like very, you know, somebody's recommending maybe like read the synopsis. Just make sure
Okay.
you're into it. But for me, I don't ever read them. I just be chapter one,
Yeah.
prologue.
Yes.
um, what would your readers be shocked to know about you?
Um. Probably that I'm really. I don't want to say shy, but I am kind of shy in real life. Like it's funny. And I try not to let it show on my face, especially at book events. I be trying to keep a smile on my face, but I'm pretty shy. I'm not the you wouldn't expect me to be how I am, like because of the books I write.
Really?
Yeah.
That shocks me.
Yes. I try to loosen up, but yeah.
But once you get going, are you going, or you still kind of like, okay, I'm still kind of gentle and meek. Let me
It
stand up
takes me a
here.
minute, but I'll get there. It
Okay.
takes a minute, but I do, And then I've been doing more book events, so I feel like you know, I feel like it's coming along.
Mhm.
But I'll be like, before I go to the event, I'm like, okay, here we go. Take some deep breaths.
Uh, do you outline or do you just pants? I
It's a mixture because I don't do like the full outline. Like I tried it and I get distracted by it. I like mood boards though. But most of the time, if I'm not just jotting down notes, I kind of just go with the flow. But if I feel myself getting stuck, then I will have to like, all right, let me pause and figure out what I need to write next or what needs to happen.
uh, what did your writing journey look like? How did you start? What made you fall in love with writing, and then what got you to your first published book?
Okay. Well, I've been reading for a very long time. I used to read like I said, Omar Tyree, those books, and Kawan and Thugs and Women Who Love Them. Used to love those books in school. I used to try to write little short stories, stuff like that. But I felt like I never had like the time, and I don't know. But I know during the pandemic, NACO hosted like a I guess like a little writing class for beginner authors,
Hmm.
and I took it. And she gave us like an outline and gave us these different scenarios things to help us write. And I kind of used that and her advice to write my first book, um, Envy Me. Um, it didn't take long, but I published that in 2020. Excuse me. But yeah,
You went on mute.
it's a little slower now.
Hmm.
Because like I said, the books are longer and then, life sometimes. But besides that, yeah.
Uh, uh,
It's
is the what? Well, that's not the question because I've already asked that. How do you balance home life, work life, and then your business of being an author?
I don't. I'm trying. I am because my day is never the same.
Hmm.
Uh, but I am getting a little better. We recently moved, so now I have like my own office. So I'm trying to set like a times to write.
Hmm.
But right now, no. I excuse me. I usually write good at work
Hmm.
in my downtime, or if my daughter has chess practice, I write while she's doing chess. But yeah,
How does your kids feel about their mommy being an author?
she loves it. She likes to tell people. She loves to tell her teachers, and then they're like, "Oh, what kind of books did your mommy write?" I'm like, "Okay, here we go." But she loves it, and she likes to Google it. Google my name, and then she's like, "Oh, did you see this?" And she follows me on TikTok, so
I'm
I
sorry,
know.
that caught me off guard.
She does. She follows me on TikTok, so I have to tell her like, do not watch my videos, and I'm hoping that she don't watch them. But it will be something that catch her eye, and she'll comment on the video like, "Mommy," I'm like, my bad. But
That
yeah,
is hilarious. Do you ever want to be traditionally published, or would you prefer staying independent?
um, I used to say I want to be go the traditional route, and I'm still might one day, but right now
You're on mute.
I like doing things on my own time. I'm not rushed to do it, and sometimes I can't write, and I don't want to ever feel like, oh, I gotta hurry up and meet this deadline. Like, yeah, no, because then it will be. I don't. I feel like I'll get like writer's block or something. Like now it'd be like, oh, now you gotta do it because you didn't sign this and this.
Hmm. Um, are your book titles easy to come by? Do you have to have them before writing, or do they come during the writing process, or do they come after?
Normally they come like, and it always happens like in the middle of the book. Um, Either I'll be listening to the parts that I wrote, or I might be listening to music and writing or anything, but it normally happens in the middle of the book. I don't have the titles like when I first start.
What's your idea of success, and have you reached it?
um I guess when I can write full time, when I can when I don't need Kindle Unlimited, like the whole program, when I can generate readers to come to my website versus looking for me on Amazon. And don't get me wrong, because I love Amazon, but I also want to see what it's like to do it by myself. Um, will my readers follow me to my website? And I feel like when I reach that point, then I'm like, okay, I did it. So, yeah.
Okay. With the current political climate going on, and um, certain individuals are banning books, do you ever fear that your books will be banned?
Um, I honestly haven't thought about my books being banned. I did think about though, like if they take away like the KDP program or things like that, um, then I need to learn how to do it, like I said, by myself, do it on my site. But that would be the only thing. I really haven't thought about them banning books.
Hmm. Uh, how important for you to get your books on bookshelves? Is it important to be on bookshelves, or is it not important for you to be on bookshelves? Like the major book retailers like Barnes and Nobles and airports and things like that. Is that something that you strive to do, or just it just doesn't matter?
Yes, I want to be everywhere because when I go to Myers and Walmart, I go look in the book section, and I can't wait to see my name over there. I can't wait to see a whole little section with Lady Nisha books over there. I know, like, I'm in libraries like out of state, but I know in Michigan I am not in any libraries. But I want to be in libraries too. I want my books on all shelves.
I hear you. I hear you. And you should be.
Yes.
Um, a little bit more about you. Describe yourself in one word.
Um, One word.
That's a hard one.
It is. I think I'm dependable.
Hmm.
I am very dependable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What is something that everybody loves but that you hate? And it could be anything, not have to be book related.
um, I'm not a big fan of Thanksgiving food. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of chicken with a bone in it.
Okay. Okay. I have a friend that's like that. She can only eat boneless chicken.
Yeah, I like boneless chicken.
Okay. Okay. Listen, that's that's something that we would have known. Um, where do you see the Lady Nisha brand in 5 years?
In 5 years, Hopefully you will see me either turning a book into a movie or a book into a series, because that is what I really want. And yeah, I feel like I can do that. I feel like that's achievable.
Okay. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see it, and I need to see it. Um, I have a question. I've never asked anybody this. What's your idea of beauty, and do you put that in your books?
Okay. My idea of beauty, I guess, is not just physical. Your soul needs to be beautiful too. Um, and yes, I do try to put that in my books, because you can be beautiful, but you can have an ugly soul, an ugly disposition, um, you know, ugly ways, and yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good question because society standards of beauty is not what
No,
our
it's
standard
all
of beauty
objective. Yeah.
is.
Yes.
So I think I'm gonna start incorporating that question in there because um our standard of beauty needs to be talked about.
Yes. Yes. I think it's
Um
deeper than look. It's deeper than physical beauty.
Listen, right? And then also for me, I think coily hair is beautiful. I think the richness of your skin, whether it's dark light or medium, is beautiful. I think that it does not matter what size you are.
Yes.
You still beautiful. The smile, your full lips, your wider nose.
Mhm.
I love when you guys describe a character, especially a female character, and she got hips like
Mhm.
little girl. I mean, Marley didn't have no booty; it was little booty. You know,
Yeah.
I love that, but I loved her spirit,
Yes.
and I loved how she got Caesar to open up a little bit with her.
Yeah.
Um, I love when you guys, even though the men be having BDE, I love the tattoos. I just think that's beautiful. That's part of our culture.
Mhm.
Um, do you feel the role of culture is a big part of Black books? Do you feel like it's just urban or it's just a big part of books in general?
I think it's just. I think it's a big part of books in general. We, especially like I guess millennials, we used to watch BET videos, right? Those were the men that we saw on TV. We saw the man with the braids and the tattoos and the iced out chains, and we liked that. We liked
Mhm.
uh the locks and stuff like that. So it definitely is a part of our culture.
Yeah. Do you feel that I just had a question. It just skated right on past me. So I guess I don't have a question. I don't have that question anymore. Um, what was the question? Oh my God, I just had a whole brain fart. I don't listen. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Listen. I thought I just had a question. How do you? Okay, let me ask you a question. I have a different question, but maybe it'll come back to you. How do you define urban fiction? And do you feel that urban fiction is all negative?
Um, okay. I don't think it's all negative. I think people make it negative because I guess that's a hard. I want to say it's a hard question, but let me gather my words to see. I don't think it's all negative. I don't know if it gets a negative name because you might see something on the cover that you can think is distasteful, or I don't know, but I guess until you actually read urban fiction, or until you.
Because, and let me tell you why I'm asking this. there's a lot of discourse on social media that urban fiction is nothing but pedophilia. It is a lot um, of illegal substances. It's a lot of misogyny. It's a lot of all those things. And to me, the greatest love story is in an urban fiction.
Yes, yes. I agree with that. And I don't know what books they be reading, but I don't I don't pick up books like that. And that's not my story. The whole I don't when I think urban fiction, I don't think of pedophilia and all. I don't think of that. I don't all urban fiction books don't have illegal activity and yeah, I don't know where they're getting that from.
I just think that people, readers, these want to be social media influencers or book influencers. They want clicks, they want likes, or they're trying to figure out how to make them know something that everybody else don't know when clearly you have a whole group of people who are kicking up their feet, rubbing their feet together, laughing, mad, crying
Yeah.
in this genre of books. Um, and I'd like to see how authors. I want to know how y'all feel about things like that because to me they're telling you guys we're all the same when we're not.
No, no. You can give the same author the same topic to write about and you're gonna get a million different stories. Like, yeah. It's not the same. We are not the same. um, yeah.
And urban fiction does not necessarily mean street pharmacists.
No, it does not. It
It
is
does
not.
not necessarily mean that you are a street pharmacist. I need people to get that through your head.
Yeah,
Even
no.
if they are a street pharmacist, that doesn't mean that they are, that's the life that they chose.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a circumstance.
Yeah. And that's not what the whole book is gonna be about. Like it, even if it is, it's still a love story in there. You still gonna get a book. You're still gonna get a good book. Like it's not every book is not about yeah street pharmacists and gang activity and all of that.
Do you feel like the term urban fiction means black? Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. Maybe when I first started when I was younger because that's when I went in Borders or one of the stories, that's what it said, urban fiction, right? It wasn't um black romance and it wasn't it just said urban fiction. But
Mm-hmm.
now no, because I know that urban doesn't necessarily mean black. So I don't think it means black. But that's kind of the title that was put on.
Do you feel like books should be realistic, even though it's made up? I mean, it's fiction.
No, because no, it's fiction. It's supposed to take you out of the real world. I wouldn't want to write about what's going on in the real world today. I wouldn't want to write about the president and was I wouldn't want to because if I want to see that I can just cut on the news. I can just go read a news article or something. No, I want to be if I'm reading, I want to be taken into another world. Like no, it can still be realistic without you know touching on. I don't know. Yeah, no.
Do you feel like if I'm about to ask you a question, this is the one I thought I forgot, but I don't. Do you feel like men, if they read a romance book, they would have a better chance with a woman?
Yeah, I do.
Just pick up a book, read it.
Let's pick up a book. You
You
know
know,
what?
you might have a better chance. You might, learn something.
My fiance read one of my books. while he was at work, and he came home with so many questions. And I was dying. I'm like, who even told you to pick up that book? Like, oh, this is this what you want? I'm like, oh shoot. Like, okay.
How does he feel about you being an author?
He likes it. And he comes with me to my book event, so I think it wows him to see me in a different light. Like, yeah, he likes it a lot. Like, a lot of times he's the person that's filling my cup up if I'm at the table writing or something like that. Or, yeah, I think it's a different. He sees a different side of me,
I
and
love
he
that.
always see me in boss mode or whatever.
I love that for you. I love that for people in general when you have a business and your spouse or your companion can come in and be like, damn, that's my woman right there. That's she doing something.
Yes.
I love that for you. All
Thank you.
right. So my pen, fill in the blank. My pen is
Um, my pen is powerful. Yeah.
fill in the blank. Blank is life.
Food is life.
I'm with you on that one.
Food is life.
I am with you on that one. Um, what book that you have? No, no, no. That's not the question. If you could shed light on your catalog and you wanted people to read this book a little bit more, which book do you feel that is?
Um, hmm. I would say at the beginning of my catalog because people start, usually when you release, you get better in time or whatever. But I think the beginning books are good, like Envy Me, Fraud, and You'll Always Be My Baby. Those are some of the ones I wrote. And
Someone said you'll always be my baby.
yeah, those are some of the good ones. Like, yeah.
Okay. Uh, if you could collab with any author, would you want to collab, and who would that author be?
Um, I don't just have one author, I have a few. But I like the collabs where everybody does their own book, right? Like when it's a series and how like a lot of the like who's that? Be Love, how they do like the Valentine series or
Mm-hmm,
I like
mm-hmm.
those. But I can't name just one person. It's a lot of people.
You can have a few. Just go ahead.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Brianne Dene, Dominique Thomas, Nina, um, Sheree. Yeah, because yeah, I like those.
Okay. Okay. Um, if you could invite five people, five authors or writers to dinner, who would they be? You can only invite five. Sorry,
Okay.
dead or alive. They can be dead or alive.
Okay. Kennedy Ryan, because I want to pick her brain.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kawan. I would like
I
to
love
pick
his
him.
catalog.
Yes, his book, Street Dreams, was one of the first books that made me cry.
Really,
Yes, I cried so hard on that book. Him and because it would be the older people because I have a lot of questions for them. But
Animal Three. Hold on, before you say that, Animal Three had me in tears when old girl passed away.
yeah, I don't even think I read Animal 3.
Oh my god. Oh, she had me. He had me like he. What was her name? but she was a little older than him. I cannot remember what her name was, but I read that book like years ago and had me. I think that might have had me. That had me.
Really?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever read Street Dreams?
I think I have. I don't have it on my shelf. But I'm trying to get his collection on my shelf.
Oh yeah, it was one part at the end where the guy, his girlfriend was hot in the chair and he was shooting in the dark and he thought he was shooting the guy, but he shot his girl. And when I tell you, I was through.
Right.
Okay, so in maybe T Styles.
Okay.
Um, who else? What's that, like three?
Hmm.
Um, Masterpiece.
First of all, she need to be at everybody's table because masterpiece is a top.
Masterpiece is so funny. Oh my god! Like, around her, I can't be shy because she gonna have you laughing. She gonna have you talking. I love her. She is hilarious. Um. Oh, who else? What's her? Evelyn Latrice. She is funny too.
Who?
Evelyn.
Evelyn Latrice.
Evelyn
Okay.
Latrice.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I met her at an event here. We were at the same event, and she is so funny. Yeah, I would have them.
All right. Let's get ready to pop your shit, man. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on TikTok. Nisha, I think I'm on here as Nisha. And then on Instagram, author Lady Nisha. You can find me on Facebook, Nisha Williams. And my website is authorladynisha.com.
Okay. Do you carry books at home?
I
Because
do.
I want to get loose in control, and I don't want to get it from the Zon.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
I will be ordering very soon.
Okay.
I think what happened was I bought it and I did a give. I can't say that word. A schmiv away, and
Okay.
that was one of the books I gave.
Ah, okay, okay.
So I wanted to keep it, but I was trying to be a big girl and let somebody else have it because the Lord was working with my heart.
Ah, okay.
um, where are you gonna be in 2025? Are you coming outside?
I have a lot going on in 2025, like personally, but I think I have just one event. I'll be in Atlanta at Indie Love.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Someone asked any book boxes?
I thought about book boxes, but I don't know. I have to really sit down and think about that because I will want to, put my own touch on it. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe because I always wanted to, so I won't say no, but maybe.
Any projects for 2025? Any books coming out?
Yes, I am working on a novella and a full length novel. Um, I don't know when they'll be coming out, but yes, yes,
Are you about to be having us on the ground? I just want to know.
yes,
But that was look, yes.
yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming on Pop Your Shit. I'm so
Thank
sorry about the
you.
timing. I appreciate you.
No, no worries. Thank you so much for having me.
And this will not be the last time. I will not be able to see you at Indie Love, but next year
Yes.
we got some stuff coming on. We got um the Boozy Book Tour. I hope to see you on one of those tours because it's coming to a city near you eventually.
Okay.
I know they will be in. So this year's Tulsa, Virginia,
And I think Chicago, if I'm not mistaken.
Chicago. I think
Yes.
so. I think, and then you have Vegas 2026.
Oh.
Denver 2026. That's a treat, honey.
Oh.
That's the dungeon. And then you have Temecula, California, which is the wine country in Southern
Okay.
California.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Yes. You might want to check those out. Also, the girls are putting on a international trip to Nigeria, to Lagos, Nigeria for Dirty December.
Oh.
I'll be looking for that. Let me pop my shit real quick. I have coming up next week. I have K-Pow. No, this week. I have K-Pow on Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I have RK Renton at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. On Saturday, the Books We Love to Discuss Book Club, which I'm a proud member of, will be on the Black Girl Tired book uh, podcast at I think it's at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe so. I don't know if Storm still in here. But I think that's we our group will be on us. So I'll be on that. On Sunday, I have content creator Latoya Watts. So she'll be talking about her author spotlights in addition to um her author merch. She does author merch, she does um, merch, period. So we'll be talking about that. Next week, we have Fatima Monroe, Mo Flames, Michael, I'm going to stop selling that man, Makai C. Storm, that's your fault. Michael Rain, Tutoria C., and then following is Chemistry J, author Eddie D., author Natisha Rayner, and Rael Knight. And then I'm off to Tampa. I'm not to Tulsa. Listen, I can't even think where I'm going.
You busy.
So that's where I will be. Um that's what's going on with Pop Your Shit and the Booked and Busy brand. This interview will be in its entirety on YouTube. So you'll be able to see me over there, see your whole interview over there. I think that's it. Oh, my merch is coming in next week, so it will be for sale as soon as I receive it and I get it up on the site. So you'll get Booked and Busy sites. There are some new faces that will be on some of my merch, so you'll be seeing that. My website is in my link. It says Booked and Busy Home. I'm trying to figure out what else. Oh, my birthday is coming up. It's March 20th, and we are having open mic night. So if anybody wants to come on and read a passage of the book, do a poem, some kind of spoken word poem. If you want to sing, if you want to dance, whatever it is, you are more than welcome to come on to open mic. Also, I will be giving away 55 books.
You are busy.
Listen,
When is the open mic night?
that is on March 20th. It's a Thursday night. It's my actual birthday. So I'm thinking I will be on at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, got it.
So yes, like I'm giving away I got like Siobhan Latrice. So I got 4 books in the Crenshaw Kings. I'm giving that away as one gift.
Oh, that's a nice gift. Those
I'm
books are
giving
favorite.
away. Shelly P sent me her catalog, and it's 6 books. I'm giving that away as one book. Cherie C. Carr is sending me some books. I'm giving away not just I don't know, depends on what she sends. You might get that as one bundle or you might get it as 2 or 3. I don't know. We'll see when it comes. So that's what I got going on, y'all.
You are busy. Booked and busy.
Right. In addition to I have a management company now and a PR company.
Oh, nice.
So for authors that are looking for consultations for public relations, you can hit me up and set up a time. And then for content creators who need the same thing in order to move your content creation, you're more than welcome to hit me up for a consultation and we can figure out a plan to get you to the next level. I will be managing a select few authors, um, content creators, podcasters. So if y'all did not know, Storm and I will probably be entering in an agreement where I'll be managing her PR.
Oh, nice.
So be looking for that. And next year, also, I am partnering with Good Girl Reads, and we will be doing a Booked and Busy / Good Girl Reads collaboration where we are bringing people to Napa, California. So that will be in 2026. So I'm excited about that.
You should be. You got some things going on.
Listen, I'm trying to fill in some spaces where I
Yes.
can fill in a space.
Yes.
So thank you again for coming on Pop Your Shit. Hopefully this is not the last time. I cannot wait for your new releases. Please, please, please. I will be on your website buying Losing Control, and I'm about to buy it like right now. That and Bambi.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Again, what's your website?
AuthorLadyNesha.com.
All right, y'all. Thank you for coming and joining us. We will see you on Thursday. Happy reading.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.